Hey, all praise to the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High. It's your brother Mathanya, man. I wanted to pop on real quick. Um, I came across this uh picture or this post. This was actually a Facebook post from one of my classmates that I went to high school with. Good brother. Um, we played football together. And I've already addressed this brother, and we had a dialogue on this. So this is nothing that I haven't addressed the brother on. So I'm gonna start doing more of these. Shout out to my daughter. She taught me how to do this. Um, how to post a picture and then actually comment on the video, the picture. So shout out to her. She taught me how to do this. But we're gonna jump into this real quick, man. So it says teaching to eat pork is fine. Choosing to eat pork is fine. But when you quote the Old Testament verses as justification for it, I'm puzzled. Assuming the no porker is a Christian, now I'm just an infant in the Bible study game, so maybe I don't know enough. But did Jesus not fulfill those laws? Matthew 5 and 17, he references. Did he not literally declare all foods clean? Mark 7, 18 through 19, he references. Wasn't it confirmed in the early church, Acts 15? He references talking about the council at Jerusalem. And Colossians 2 18 through 19 just brings it home. He references the book of Colossians, which was an epistle written by the elder Paul. He said, again, if you feel convicted to abstain, cool, that's your freedom, but a commandment from God, nah. Okay, okay. So we're gonna jump into this thing a little bit, man, right? We're gonna jump into this thing, man. First, we're gonna get um let me get First Timothy, man, right? 2 and 15, right? First Timothy 2 and 15, right? Because we gotta jump in this thing a little bit, man. So actually, Second Timothy, my apologies, Second Timothy 2 and 15, it says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So we got to study mode. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the brother said initially, that he's new to the Bible study game, right? But the brother is also commenting on stuff that he truly hasn't studied or know nothing about, right? He's commenting on stuff that he truly doesn't know anything about, right? Let me get it Leviticus 11, because again, at the end, he said, if you feel convicted to abstain, cool, that's your freedom, but a commandment from God, no. Let's see if the Lord commanded this, right? Leviticus 11. Leviticus 11, man. Watch this. So this is the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter, verse number 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, and the Lord, that would be the Tetragrammaton. That would be the Most High God, right? So God did say this. He literally spake these things according to Leviticus, the 11th chapter, to Moses and to Aaron, right? So it was the Most High God who said this. Reading verse 7, it says, and the swine, which is a pig, which is the wild boar, right? Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch, they are unclean to you. So the brother was mistaken, right? The Most High God did say this. But we about to jump into it and address all the brother's points. He brought out Matthew 5 and 17, right? Let's go there. I'm going to get Matthew 5 and 17. It reads, bear with me, bear with me. The book of Matthew, Saint Matthew, right? Chapter 5 and verse number 17. It says, think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. It's better translations you can read, but we're going to stick with this, man, right? So people take this scripture and say, hey, Christ came to fulfill the law. He came to fulfill the dietary law, right? So you don't have to worry about doing that anymore. That's this brother's position. Let me get a couple precepts. Acts 3 and 19. Right? The book of Acts, chapter 3, we're going to start at verse 18. It says, but those things which God before had shown by the mouth of all his prophets that Christ should suffer, he has so fulfilled. So what Christ filled was the prophecies and the things that were written in the law of the prophets concerning him, right? That's what he came to fulfill. Christ was the prophets of old prophesied that a Messiah would come and that he would go through things. You can find that in Isaiah the 53rd chapter, Psalms 22 and 16, Deuteronomy 18 and 18. There are various verses of a Messiah coming, and these were the prophecies pertaining to him, right? Luke 24 and 44. Watch this. This is the book of Luke, chapter 24, and verse number 44. It reads, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you. All these things must be fulfilled, which was written in the law of Moses and in the prophets concerning me. Right? So he fulfilled all that was written in the law and the prophets concerning him. Right? And truly, really, all we have to do is keep reading in Matthew 5 for more context as well. Verse 18 literally says that unto heaven and earth pass, right? Which we know heaven and earth has not passed, right? Which we know that one jot or one tittle shall pass from the law, right? It literally says that not one jot or one tittle shall pass from the law until heaven and earth passes, right? Verse 19, it says that if people teach people to break one of the least commandments, they shall be called least in the kingdom of God. Pork is a least commandment, found again in Leviticus, the 11th chapter, that God said we should not eat. Verse 20 says that our righteousness should exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right? So we got to be careful, man. We got to be careful. That was just addressing Matthew 5. We running out of time here. So we going to come back with another video, right? We're going to address Mark 7. We're going to address Acts 15, and we're going to address Colossians chapter 2, verse 18 through 19.